Hello and welcome to Technical Utkranti, and today we are going to see how to reverse a linked list in subgroups of size k. Let's look at the thought for the day. These are the questions that we have done in the linked lists, and let's understand the lead code question number 25. For example, if this is the linked list given to you and you have to reverse it in subgroups of size 2, then it should look like this. The output should look like this. Okay, let's understand the approach with a bigger example where we have to reverse the linked list in subgroups of size 3. The first obvious approach is to reverse the linkages between nodes of the subgroups. The second and the more important approach is that we have to make the last node of this first subgroup as the first node, as the head of the linked list, and the first node of the first subgroup to point to the last node of the subsequent subgroup. Similarly, when in this subgroups, the first node of it should point to the last node of the subsequent subgroup. And that way only, when we traverse from this new first node, then only it will be 3, 2, 1, and then 6, 5, 4. This is what the desired output is. Let's visualize the solution. We'll have 4 nodes over here, dummy and its copy pref, first represented by F and next represented by N. Dummy nodes next would serve as a reference to the first node of the altered linked list. The pref node is kept as a copy because we'll not change dummy but we'll change pref as according to the course of the algorithm. So prev, f and n would keep on changing, but dummy would not change. Now, before reversing the link between f and n, we'll make f to point to the next node of the n node, because if we don't do it, then we'll not have any way to go to 3 if we just reverse the linkage over here without having a path to this node. So then after having the path to this node, we reverse the link and then make pref.next point to next node, and next node is changed to first.next. So in these 4 steps, we have reversed this particular linkage and brought pref.next to the second node of the sub. Alright. So we are over here. Now we'll again follow the same approach. Now we have to reverse the linkage between this. If we do that, this link will break and we'll have no way to go over here. Therefore, f.next points to n.next like this. Now we reverse the linkage as n.next is equal to pref.next. Then pref.next points to next and next becomes f.next, where we had taken the copy of this node in this particular step. As you can see, by following two loops of these 4 steps, we have brought about the reversal of the linkages between the first subgroup. And if you carefully notice, prev's next points to the last node of the subgroup. So we have achieved 2 purposes over here. Now we have to also make this node's next point to the last node. Just like prev node was made to point to the last node of this subgroup, in the same way, we'll make this node's next point to the last node of this subgroup. We're following the similar steps. So what we'll do is, we'll make this as prev node. So this was first f node previously. So p becomes f, p dot next becomes f, and f dot next becomes n. So the relationship between P or Prev, F and N for the second subgroup is the same as the relationship between Prev, F and N when we started with the first subgroup. And as you can see, by following this approach, we were able to reverse the linkages and make Prev point to the last node of the linked list of the subgroup. In the same way, we'll have this point to the last node of the subgroup by following the same similar approach. And we'll have something like this. And finally, dummy node, which we purposefully kept in order to have the reference to the first node of the altered linked list. So dummy nodes next would be the starting point of our answer. So dummy node dot next and then 3, 2, 1, 6, 5, 4. And that's it. That's how we'll get the solution. Let's understand this with the help of a Python example. As you can see over here, this is the linked list, this is the subgroup length, and this is the length of the entire linked list. We create a dummy node and a copy of the dummy node as prev. Okay, and then we make prev point to the first node of the linked list to begin with. Now, when L is greater than equal to K, what we'll do is L is the length of the linked list. We'll have the first and the next node, and then we'll be doing this operation k minus 1 times if the subgroup is of the length k. Now this is the same steps that we have seen in the PPT. Firstly, we'll take the first of all we secure the path to the next node, the subsequent next node. Then we do the link reversal. Then we make prev dot next go ahead, and then finally next is made. I mean, next becomes the subsequent next. All right, and this goes on for a particular subgroup, and then we make prev as first, the way I showed in the PPT. Lastly, we reduce L by K, and we continue this until L is greater than equal to K. So at the end, if less than K nodes are 2 or 3, 2 nodes are left. If K is 3, only 1 or 2 node is left at the end. We don't do any operation on it. And dummy dot next then points to the first node of the altered linked list. So we make the head of the linked list like this. So head of the linked list is altered with dummy node dot next, and then we simply just see whether this solution works. So our linked list is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and we should get 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5. Yes, we get it. Alright. So I hope you understood the solution, and if you did, please appreciate it by giving it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.